Hello and welcome to the Discover Dayton podcast, the show that's all about Dayton's past, present, and future. I'm your host, Arch Grieve, and today's episode is the third weekly news roundup covering the third week of March 2022. For these episodes, I compile and share news stories about Dayton so you don't have to. This week's headlines include good news for the Edgemont Solar Garden and the Dayton Arcade, bad news for the upcoming primary elections, and an end to Wright State's NCAA tournament run, so stay tuned. Well, if it seemed warm this week, that's because it was. We saw record-breaking temperatures this week, particularly this Thursday's high of 74 degrees, which beat a record 73-degree temperature set back in 1934 and then tied in 2012. The Dayton International Airport is undergoing renovations at the moment, which are expected to be completed sometime in December. The $5.7 million renovation targets 6 areas and are geared towards improving how flyers will enter the security part of the airport, as well as upgrades to infrastructure, such as windows, roofing, and the elevator in Concourse A. Funding is coming from federal grants that have been awarded to the airport. Future renovations are expected to continue to take place over the next several years as well. 2 people were killed last Sunday in Dayton. 35-year-old Terrell Justice of Huber Heights and 24-year-old Leasha Owens of Dayton were killed while stopped at a red light at Germantown Street in South Gettysburg last Sunday by someone in a dark-colored sedan. Police have no motive or suspect in custody at the moment, but individuals who may have information about the case are urged to call 937-333-COPS to speak with Dayton Police. According to the Dayton Daily News, the FTC received over 7,000 complaints of fraud last year in the Dayton region alone, an increase of 22% from the year before. Perhaps more concerning is that ID theft increased a whopping 86% here in the Dayton region as well, and imposter scams appear to be the most common type of complaint, so be cautious when dealing with potential scammers over the phone or internet. Dayton's first community garden, the Edgemont Solar Garden, recently was awarded an $85,000 grant by the City of Dayton for upgrades to the garden. The Edgemont Community Coalition is trying to expand its ability to provide fresh produce to people in Dayton, citing the food desert that exists in much of the city. There is talk in the Republican-dominated legislature here in Ohio of impeaching Ohio Supreme Court Justice Maureen O'Connor after she sided with the court's Democrats to reject the legislative map for the third time that was drawn up by the Ohio Redistricting Commission. This time, Secretary of State Frank LaRose has told legislatures that he can, quote, no longer include contests for the State House and State Senate in the May 3, 2022 primary election. The Supreme Court has suggested they bring in an independent map drawer and ordered them to submit a 4th map by March 28th. Despite facing calls to do something when he came to Dayton after the 2019 shooting in the Oregon District, Governor DeWine recently signed into law a constitutional carry bill that will allow Ohioans to carry concealed handguns without a permit. The bill goes into effect in less than 90 days. The bill was opposed by Democrats as well as the Ohio Fraternal Order of Police. In addition to being able to carry, individuals no longer have to take an 8-hour gun safety course or background check or inform officers that they are carrying a concealed weapon unless specifically asked. Federal dollars will be coming to downtown Dayton's arcade as legislators requested funding for both finishing the south portion of the arcade and a kitchen incubator designed to help restaurateurs learn how to grow their businesses. The requests came from U.S. Representative Mike Turner and U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown, respectively, and were included in the recent $1.5 trillion omnibus spending package that Biden signed into law this past Tuesday. The law also included funds for several other Dayton organizations, including Dayton's Imagination District Infrastructure Development, Cassano Health Center, Woodland Historic Chapel Preservation, Sinclair Community College, and Miami Valley Intern Academy. In sports news, Wright State had its first ever win in the NCAA tournament this past week by beating Bryant 93-82, which gave them the opportunity to face the number 1 seeded Arizona Wildcats this past Friday in San Diego. Unfortunately, the Raiders lost 87-70, ending their run in the tournament for 2022. Similarly, the number 11 seeded UD women's basketball team lost 70-54 against the 6th seeded Georgia Bulldogs, ending their run as well. The Premier Health Mobile Clinic program is going to be operating 4 days in the next 2 weeks, including Tuesday, March 22nd, Saturday, March 26th, and the following Tuesday, March 29th, and following Saturday, April 2nd. Services provided include blood pressure and cholesterol screenings, flu and COVID vaccinations, and more. Check out premierhealth.com/news and events/classes and events or call 866-608-3463 for more information. You can see Food Network star Alton Brown this week live at the Schuster Center on Wednesday, March 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available at DaytonLive.org. Coming up on Saturday, April 2nd at Victoria Theater, the comedy trio consisting of Tiffany Jenkins, Meredith Masony, and Deza Blizzard will be performing their show My Name Is Not Mom as they talk about their journey through motherhood. Tickets can be purchased at DaytonLive.org. Wiley's Comedy Club, Ohio's oldest comedy club, is celebrating its 40th anniversary in about a month on April 20th. As of today's recording, the lineup for that date has not yet been announced. Tickets recently went on sale for Weird Al's upcoming visit to Dayton this August and can be purchased at DaytonLive.org. Weird Al is performing his show, The Unfortunate Return of the Ridiculously Self-Indulgent, Ill-Advised Vanity Tour, alongside special guest comedian Emo Phillips. The Black Box Improv Theater in Dayton is holding weekly performances on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, with tickets ranging in price from just $5 to $15. They also have an 8-week adult improv class starting up Tuesday, March 29th, and Kids Improv Summer Camp starting in July. More information is available at DaytonBlackBoxImprov.com. Tomorrow on Sunday, March 20th, Front Street is hosting Art Hops, which will feature live music, live art demos, food trucks, art exhibitions, workshops, and artist talks from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's also a $1 book swap taking place on Fridays and Saturdays for the next few weeks at 1723 Webster Street in Dayton from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And finally, the Dayton Brunch Food Truck Rally is taking place next Friday, March 25th, starting at 11 a.m. at Yellow Cab Tavern. That's all the news I have for you today, but thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast, give us a rating, and share it with a friend. You can also find us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and YouTube. The Discover Dayton podcast is also available wherever you get your podcasts, and you can visit our website at www.discoverdaytonpodcast.com. If you'd like to give us feedback or send your pitch for appearing on the show, please email us at discoverdaytonpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and stay funky, Dayton.